of the presidential peace pact signing later today. Let's check on the NPP presidential candidate, Dr. Mahmoud Bawumia. We got confirmation that indeed he will be participating, but what is he up to ahead of that signing? Kenneth JC is with the team. Kenneth, what can you tell us?
Well, the Vice President has made it clear that he's going to sign the peace pact. He's currently in Accra. He has been in the capital since Monday. Yesterday, he commissioned 100 electric buses to be used for public transport. Later in the evening, he held a Community Connect rally in the Crowalk constituency. Today, as I mentioned earlier, he will be at the Kempinski Hotel to sign the peace pact and then hit the road again. He will be visiting the Oti, Volta, Ashanti, and Eastern regions throughout this weekend to make his final pitch to voters in those regions. He should have been in the Volta region this morning, but for the peace pact. So he's participating in an event that is happening at 2 p.m. today.
Stay safe out there. That's my colleague Kenneth Jesse with the NPP presidential candidates campaign team. Now, the majority leader in Parliament, Alexander Afenyomarking, has criticized the Speaker's decision not to reconvene Parliament to deliberate on 22 urgent government business, describing it as an act that effectively holds the state to ransom. He expressed concern over the implications of this decision, arguing that it obstructs critical legislative processes and jeopardizes the smooth functioning of government operations. The majority leader finds the Speaker's reasons unacceptable in this exclusive interview with my colleague Elton Brobe.
Look at the shutdown they are doing in Parliament. Today, the Speaker of Parliament has taken Parliament as his personal property. As and when it pleases him, he opens Parliament. Even when there's an issue that he could sit with us, he says no. Look at the recent case. They themselves created this impasse. We, as law-abiding citizens, took the matter to court. The court ruled in our favor. They contested the case and lost. I was expecting Mr. Speaker to immediately open Parliament as a Democrat to say that government business must go on. I waited upon him. He did not. When I finally wrote to him to open Parliament for us to do government business, look at his response. He's not ready. Look at the response of the NDC. They wrote a counter petition saying that Mr. Speaker should not open Parliament. The flag bearer of the NDC also said the same thing. So what are they doing? To hold government hostage.
So the 22 business that you wanted Parliament to consider this week, the Speaker said that you only do so after the election. To what extent would this affect government business?
Well, again, it was up to his mischief. Like I said, are we even sure that he would open Parliament? That's the question. Are we even sure? But the answer lies in we winning massively. And once we win massively and we come, he would have no choice. And I do not want to rely on his words. You remember we recall Parliament. Right. Government did all that it had to do. We came in and he adjourned Parliament in a day. You remember that in June, without any provocation, we had government business to do. He said he had received a letter from Jubilee, and because of that, he read a statement virtually insulting the president, and after that, he gavelled and shut Parliament. I mean, you are in the media, you know all of this. So I don't want to talk about whether he would come European Parliament or not. I'll leave it to his own judgment.
So for now, the request for a recall is closed, at least until after the elections.
I cannot force him. I would use constitutional means. If he shut the door, it's up to him. But I can tell you that for the next 1 week, we'll focus on our elections with a determined mind to win and win well for Parliament and for our flag bearer, so that
That's the majority leader, Alexander Afenyomarking, there interacting with the host of the Pulse on the Joy News channel, Elton Brobe. Of course, we'll bring you the full interview much later on the Joy News channel. Subsequently, you can also get portions of it on myjoyonline.com. I'll stay a while longer in the election headquarters, and the Electoral Commission is assuring that all is set for the special voting for media personnel, security, and officials of the Electoral Commission. Well, the exercise, we know, will come off on Monday, December 2, and will happen at 276 designated special voting centers across the country. It will offer an opportunity to persons actively involved in the December 7 general elections to exercise their franchise ahead of the polls. Director of Training at the Electoral Commission, Dr. Srebo Kweku, in an interview at a training session for journalists ahead of the election, assured the Commission is ready.
It's the normal voting processes. You go there with your gun, with the voter ID card or no card. Whether you have card or no, you are allowed to vote. Once you go there, the materials will be there, will be processed. But the caveat is that the ballots will not be counted after 5 o'clock. When the voting closes, they will be sealed, the boxes will be sealed, kept at the police armory. Then on the 7th, after I have closed of poll at 5 o'clock, they will be conveyed to the coalition center for the ballot to be counted. So here again, be on the watch out. People will speculate, disinformation, that so your phone voted on this line, the skilled people voted on this line. You know that they are not true because we will not count the special voting.
Well, he's also been touching on that controversial earlier decision by the Commission to restrict access to constituency and regional coalition centers to some media houses.
We need to be very truthful to ourselves. There are some areas, if you say you live with brand, that media alone will occupy all the spaces. So we were thinking that we should more regulate it so that they will be spread along the constituencies. If you take Ashanti region, for example, we have 47 constituencies, but if care is not taken, constituency will be only about 7 of them. What happens to the other places? And we want the spotlight to be on each of the constituencies. You may not understand your essence, but your presence alone will stop people who intend doing things wrong, who have diabolical mind, to stop doing it because they know the media will capture them. So we wanted to do whatever we do so that we spread you across all the various constituencies. So no constituency will have like 100 media persons in constituency A, 0 coverage in constituency 1, which is not fair. But it seems you are not agreeing with us. You are crying.
That's Dr. Srebo Kweku, who is Director of Training at the Electoral Commission. It's time for our constituency lens today, and we focus on Esojaman in the Eastern region, where cost of living and fixing unemployment are the major issues that will inform the choices of electorate. Carlos Kaloni has constituency lens.
Where will this constituency lean in December? What factors are actually influencing voter decision here in the Esojaman constituency? I believe you want to know, and so come with me while we speak to voters to understand the factors that will inform their vote on December 7th.
We the youth, we are suffering from work and then money. We don't have, some of us, we don't have parents to support, so we need them to help us.
Everything is too much. The fare, everything is high, so they need to do something about it.
Here they are not buying because the economy is very high. The passengers don't have money. The MPs, if we vote for them and they win, they don't know us.
Oh, the youth employment in this community is very difficult because we only have VRA and the voter lake. So it's like if the course you study doesn't correspond to that area, that means we are not going to get any employment.
The kind of nepotism that this government has really shown, that you have to belong to a particular circle before you are given some kind of attention. And you look at the basic things. Actually, I've really gone round, especially in Akosombo, and you see poverty staring at your face. You see people are suffering.
Right now, even Kenke, 2016, Kenke was 1 cedi, and we use it for campaign. But now Kenke is 7 cedi, 8 cedis. So I think that if any party that can come to power and they reduce the cost of living, I will vote for that person.
For the past 8 years, I have achieved a lot that the whole district assembly could not match. I have achieved a lot that the whole MPP government have not been able to do.
That cannot be true. That is palpable falsehood. Okay. Look, many of the things that the outgoing member of parliament, Thomas Ampinyaku, speaks about are projects that are sponsored by NGOs.
Reporting from Esojaman constituency, my name is Carlos Kaloni.
It's time for a quick breather here on the Midday News, live on Joy 99.7 FM, Hits 103.9 FM, Love 99.5 FM in Kumasi, myjoyonline.com, live in all 16 regions, made possible by Petrol Soul Platinum Energy, energizing dreams. We return from the break with sports judge in Joabing MCE. Nominee's bribery case filed by the Office of the Special Prosecutor suddenly transferred just when she was set to deliver judgment on the case. Now, the case has been adjourned to January 20, 2025 by by the new judge. And later also, you may have to put on hold plans to retrieve and store the bodies of your loved ones because mortuary workers have once again declared an indefinite strike.
Mortuaries are closed across the country and will continue to close the whole day. We are going to reject all those who are going to die today. We are also not going to release bodies to their families. We are doing this until further notice.
When budgets are tight and money difficult to come by, you want to be sure you get the best value for your money. These are not times to be spending money fixing expensive engine problems because of cheap fuel and lubricant. Drive to a petrol source station today and buy your quality fuel and lubricant, and rest assured of fuel that lasts long and lubricants that prevent expensive engine problems. Hear the sound. Petrosol, clean fuel in full quantity.
Efia, I've been thinking, have you noticed the changes in our community?
Kojo, things are really different now. The MPP has really made a difference.
Exactly. Free SHS, healthcare, new factories. It's like a whole new Ghana.
And don't forget, electricity is so much reliable now. I remember when we used to go days without light.
True. The NPP has done a lot to improve the basics.
Ajua is a beneficiary of free SHS, and now she is in university.
And that's the kind of leadership we need. Someone who is focused on making things better for everyone. But Efia, still there are a lot more to be done for the development of Ghana.
Absolutely, Kojo. The NPP has shown that real progress is possible.
On December 7th, let's vote to keep this positive impact going. Vote number 1 on the ballot. Vote NPP for a better and prosperous Ghana.
The luckiest star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere. For everyone, yeah.
Welcome and now a daily star 712 hash and found no regrets. A side comma investors are a striking gold. A comma health workers are a diagnosing luck with precision. A side comma that tough guy who couldn't hold back his tears. They say a comma passionate fan also entering containing a joy. After to the seamstresser or turning the hard end stitches into a bundle of happiness. And now a comma if you say your next big win is right here.
The luckiest star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere.
Dial star 712 hash and join the luckiest winning celebration. From the 1st of July 2024, dial star 712 hash to keep buying tickets as a group, individual, or even as a community. Win loads of cash and prizes in the community draw or go for the grand draw on the 30th of November 2024. Unlock your luck with star 712 hash. Join the winning streak now.
The luckiest star 712 hash. Luck is everywhere, for everyone, yeah. The luckiest.
Time for sports. Victor.
Well, it looks like Black Stars coach Otuado is set to keep his job despite becoming the first Black Stars coach to lose in 24 years at the Baba Sports Stadium, the first to lose in 16 years at the Accra Sports Stadium. That's because the Executive Council at its meeting yesterday failed to reach a conclusion on whether or not they were to sack him. In fact, of the members that convened yesterday, only one member asked for the sacking of Otuado. Meanwhile, Otuado himself has asked for additional technical staff in the events that he were to be retained, and that means that the current composition of the technical team is not going to change. That is to say, none of them will be fired for failing to qualify Ghana to the AFCON.
The Executive Council of the Football Governing Body did not reach a conclusion on the future of Otuado.
Okay, so we'll get more on this subsequently.
Exactly.
Victor, thank you. Now, let me take you to the courts, and a judge who presided over the criminal trial of Alex Kwabena Safo-Kantanka for bribery has been transferred just when she was due to deliver judgment. Mr. Safo-Kantanka, we know President Akufo-Addo's nominee to be the MC of Joabeng in the Ashanti region, was charged with 26 counts of election-related corruption before the High Court in Kumasi by the Office of the Special Prosecutor. Well, a member of our legal affairs desk, Kwekwa Sante, joins me in studio with more. What are the brief facts facts about this case.
So we know that in 2022, Mr. Safo Kantanka was seen in a video demanding some monies he allegedly paid to them to confirm him as a nominee of the president, and the OSP took the matter up, filed charges against him in court. Following the closure of both the state case and that of Mr. Safo Kantanka, the judge, Justice Priscilla Dikru Ofori, was expected to deliver judgment as whether or not Mr. Safo Kantanka was guilty of the charges or not. But when the OSP and the other parties went to court today, they were told that the judge had actually been transferred and that there is a new judge who actually sat through the case. Mr. Safo Kantanka also came to court with a new legal counsel, and then the new legal counsel argued that their client wished to file new written submissions. And so the new assigned judge, upon hearing these submissions, stated in open court that since he was new to this case and required time to review the docket, he has adjourned this case to 20th January.
And this is an issue we'll definitely get into subsequently. And just before we head out is another indefinite strike by the Mortuary Workers Union. You can listen to Richard Kofi Jordan, General Secretary of the association.
Mortuaries are closed across the country, and we'll continue to close the whole day. We are going to reject all those who are going to die today. We're also not going to release bodies to their families. We are doing this until further notice. September, when we engaged government, they were asking for time. Then we said, okay, because we didn't declare the strike for us, we declared our own strike. We're giving 2 weeks. And we gave them up to 9th of October. Otherwise, we strike on 10th. So they know. It's no news. They know this time will come. And so where we are now is that today we have started our nationwide strike action. We will continue unabated. We are not supposed to be talking about PPEs as we speak. It's supposed to be provided by every facility in full. That's number one. Number two has to do with some salary arrears dated by 2021.
And that's Richard Kofi Jordan, General Secretary of the Mortuary Workers Association. MNJ, what's up?
Well, Emefa, Kayayo is trending. During the launch of the government's e-buses, when it was announced that the drivers were trained Kayaye. But then one of the drivers, Marianne, who featured in the video posted by the CEO of the program, it's been reported that she's not a Kayayo on social media, and they are saying that she's been a bus driver since 2019, and she even previously worked with Ayalolo.
So a lot of never a Kayayo.
She was never. So people are now coming out, they know her, and this and that. So that's why she's trending.
I want to hear from her whether she was.
Yeah, I think we should find her and speak to her. But then alongside we have Stoneboy Training. He was at Hits FM today, and he's been saying a lot on social media. He's in the trends, but today is Throwback Thursday, so it's a perfect moment to bring some of his old songs back.
Thank you very much, Jackie. That's how we end today's edition of the Midday News on Joy 99.7 FM Hits. We bring you entertainment news here on Joy. We have Living Word with Pastor Mensa Otabil. There's more when you log on to myjoyonline.com. Have a good afternoon. I am Emefa Apawu.